Hi everyone, have you missed me? I hope so because I have missed you. I haven't been online for a really long time. Anyway, if this is your first time on my channel, my name is Ikpeme-Mbakwem. I'm your healing coach, personal development coach, and also I really love to see people grow. So today I'm taking my lessons from the Bible. If you follow me, you would know that I'm Jesus baby, right? I have a relationship with Christ, an intimate relationship with God, and my healing would not have been achieved without my relationship with God. And so I come back here to learn and to get some growth nuggets that I can apply in my life. Now on Saturday mornings, I and my son have this ritual where we actually go into the Word. So we spend time studying or texting the Word and seeing what we can learn from it. And it really helped me, and I pray that it's helping him, in his own journey. So today's text, what we studied today, was from Genesis chapter 25. And it's about Esau and Jacob. It's about how Esau sells his birthright. Now, if you know, Esau and Jacob are twins. They were born to Isaac and Rebekah. Esau was one who enjoyed just going out to hunt for his food, while Jacob was more of a homebody. He reared his food at home. He didn't have time to be going into the jungle to hunt. Anyway, on this beautiful day, Esau goes hunting and he comes back and he's really hungry. So he brought back his game, but he's really hungry. No food was prepared for him. And so what did he do? His brother Jacob was actually cooking at the time. He was making this stew right at the time. And the Bible actually says that Esau asked Jacob to give him that red stew. So, that means the stew was red and it looked so delicious. Oh my goodness. Anyway, while Esau had asked his brother for the food, Jacob was like, okay, all right, I will give you red stew, but you trade me your rights as the firstborn. Now, in those days, and I'm sure even some people still practice it now, where the firstborn of a home, especially the son, usually have rights. There are birthrights. There are some things that have been entitled to the first son. And Esau was the first son. Though they were twins, Esau was the first who came out from his mom, right? And the Bible says that Esau actually responded and said, look, I am dying of starvation. What good is my birthright to me now? But Jacob said, first, you must swear that your birthright is mine. So Esau swore on oath, thereby selling all his birthright as the firstborn to his brother Jacob. And then Jacob gave Esau some bread and lentil stew. Esau ate the meal, then got up and left. He showed contempt for his rights as the firstborn. So, fast forward years later, the Bible says that Jacob steals Esau's blessing. And this is when Isaac had reached the point where he was blind. He was really old. And he had gotten to the point where he believed he was going to die very soon. And he didn't want to die without blessing his first son with the birthright. Anyway, the story tells us what happened. Jacob and Rebekah, his mother, connived. That's an entire story and sermon for another day. They connived and present Jacob as if he was Esau. And in the end, Jacob was blessed by Isaac with the birthright. He received all the blessings. And not long after that, Esau returns with the game, goes and cooks the meal just like his father, loved. But by the time he appeared before his father, the father was like, who are you? I've given that birthright to who came? Your brother. That means your brother deceived me and I gave your birthright to him. Esau was upset. In fact, he says here, but Isaac said, your brother was here and tricked me. He has taken away your blessing. Esau exclaimed, no wonder his name is Jacob, for now he has cheated me twice, referring to the first time and then now. First, he took my rights as the firstborn, and now he has stolen my blessing. Oh, haven't you saved even one blessing for me? That's what he was asking his dad. So let's go into the lessons from here in terms of personal development. And the very first one is self-control. When I was talking with my son, one of the things that we realize is that delayed gratification is something that we should all practice as humans. Yes, something may seem really, really enticing at that time, just like that food. But not eating the food at that time would not have killed Jacob, no. So he did not exercise self-control. And if you go to the text in Galatians 6:22, the Bible tells us there that one of the fruits of the Spirit is self-control. So even as people who are healing, we must learn self-control. Self-control is so important for every aspect of our lives. As I tell you this, I also tell to myself because I see how important it is. So one thing that Esau had going against him was self-control. He lacked it. He lacked just being calm, and taking a deep breath and saying, you know what, I don't really have to eat this food now. Can my birthright be compared to just a bowl of meal that I'm going to eat and poof, in a few hours? So he showed contempt for his birthright. He showed lack of self-control. He lacked understanding of what his birthright really was. So a birthright is an inheritance, as we see from the text. What you would inherit later on. It's not something that you can feel and touch. Or sometimes you can feel and touch it. You can be around your birthright, but you don't own it until it has been passed to you in a legitimate way. In the olden days, it was word of mouth. Now, speaking of word of mouth, the Bible tells us that the life and death is in the tongue. Esau, in lacking self-control, also lacked control of his words. Because when you use your words to say that what is your birthright to you now, what good will it be to you if you are dying of starvation, then it means that you do not understand that your tongue has just given away that birthright. So in those days, all you needed to do was just speak it, and it became law. It was stamped with your words. And that's exactly what Esau did. He gave away his birthright with his words. So when we look at this text, right, it's an amazing. Another thing that I also want to point out is not taking responsibility for your actions. Esau was really, really good at this. He was good at passing the blame, passing the buck to Jacob. But he played a very great role. He said that Jacob tricked him. How did Jacob trick him when he said he was hungry, he was starving, he was going to die? And what good was his birthright to him? He wasn't tricked. He walked right into it with his eyes, ears, everything sound. Let's bring this home and ask ourselves, am I self-aware? And Am I aware of the power of those things around me? And when I say the power, it means that the power to say no to those things at the right time. Am I aware of those things? Am I aware of my strength and courage to be able to say no to those things when I need to, when I have to? Am I aware that I can survive for a little longer without some of the things that we say yes to, that we feel that we have no control over? Just like chocolates, just like Coke. I love Coke so much. Honestly, I love drinking Coke, right? And I have to say no to Coke. And I'm getting there. You know, I can spend a whole week without having a can of Coke. Before, it was really difficult. The next thing again is the power of our tongue. So when Esau was giving up his birthright, he had spoken it to the universe, and the universe just aligned Rebecca to be the right place at the right time to eavesdrop and hear the instruction that Isaac was giving Esau. And so she was able to plan with her son Jacob. So what you say with your tongue just goes into the universe and begins to make it happen. And so it wasn't a surprise when everything played out, because Esau had spoken it to the universe that he didn't want it. And on a birthright cannot just hang. It has to fall on someone, right? So the power of your tongue. So even when you're going through your healing journey, when you keep on professing that you're in pain, that you're miserable, and you're not happy, you can move on, you can't heal, you can't forgive, you really can't. And the universe would ensure that you're always in the place of pain. So you need to begin to speak, profess positive into your life. The third thing that we've learned here in terms of taking responsibility for your actions, no matter what the outcome has been, is that it helps you to self-correct. Yes, you made a mistake. You gave out your birthright. Yes, you made a mistake. Marriage didn't work. Relationship didn't work. Your plan for growth in your workplace didn't work. It could be anything that has hurt you. Taking responsibility and ownership for your growth is really important for you. Taking responsibility for your part in that failure at that time is the stepping stone to you rising above it. So I really enjoyed reading this today. There's another part, where Jacob had to flee from his parents' home because Esau was waiting for his dad to die, and as soon as his dad passed on, he had already planned that he was going to kill Jacob. Forgiveness is another important thing that Esau lacked at that time. The ability to forgive those who have wronged you, those who played a part, a role in your pain, in your loss, in your failures. Holding on to it and saying, I'm not going to forgive. I'm going to live with this pain. And then you begin to plan revenge, right? And the Bible also says that vengeance is not ours, but the Lord's. So these learning points I've shared from this text, believe me, they were a revelation as I was reading the text today. I have read this text several times. I have listened to different sermons from different pastors, but not one of them has ever shared these insights as I received today. So on your healing journey, I want to let you know that your healing journey is your responsibility to achieve personal growth. You have to work on yourself. You have to know your weaknesses so that you can grow yourself. Without that, you're not going to achieve the real healing that you come out not just healed, but whole. Alright, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope that it's touched you in one way or the other. And see you again soon, I hope, with something else that you can learn or you can apply to your healing journey. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, you can just share in the comment section and I'm here to respond. And if you're not following me, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram. You can also follow me on LinkedIn, where I talk about healing in the workplace, because healing is not just for the broken hearted, it's also, for the workplace as well. See you soon.